So this is the Mooer 012 micro preamp. I've been a big fan of the whole micro preamp series, and I decided to pick this one up. It was less than $100 Australian on eBay, so I couldn't resist for some pint-sized new gear. The way I'm running it at the moment is into the effects return of my dual rectifier. The dual rectifier is going into the Fractal X load, into the Axe-FX3 to load up an IR, and then into Pro Tools via the Axe-FX3 USB. So, what does it do and what doesn't it do? Essentially, there are two channels. There's like a clean channel and then your basically Friedman BE style channel. I know they have changed the name of this pedal recently to like USA Gold or something. So obviously the guys at Friedman weren't too happy about how close that original name was. Nevertheless, yeah, you've got the blue channel, which is kind of cleaner, and the red channel, which is obviously a little bit dirtier. And then if you hold down the button, then you can activate the inbuilt cab sim. What I'm going to do is just show you a couple of tones with this STI LJ1, and then I'll just basically zoom in on the pedal, I'll loop a riff, and I will show you guys what it sounds like through the power amp and cab simulation, and then I'll show you what it sounds like direct. Mostly on the red channel, because I figure out most of you guys just want to hear how this thing sounds like with some gain. But to start with, we'll start on the cleanish kind of channel. This is where I've got it dialed in. I think this sounds pretty good for a little preamp pedal. So that's the clean tone at the moment. Oh, the clean tone, there were some crunchy tones in there with the gain all the way up. It's a blue channel, I should say. And that is with the gain at about noon, the treble probably about 3 o'clock, the bass at about 9 o'clock, and the middle at noon. Let's have a listen to the red channel now. So this is with everything at noon. go, that's what the red channel sounds like into the Recto. Obviously, if you want to run it into an EL34 bass amp, you're going to get slightly more Marshall-y kind of tones. And yeah, I think it sounds pretty good. Let's have a listen to one riff, and I'm going to dial everything in with the power amp, and then we'll have a listen to some of the direct tones. So yeah, there we go. That's the Mooer number 12 micro preamp, or 012, as I said earlier. And yeah, for kind of modern Marshall tones up to sort of modern recto-y kind of tones, I think it does the job very well. I will be keeping this in my gig bag as a backup in case anything happens with my Fractal gear, because even just from the DI tone, that's a usable tone for a gig. If you add a bit of post EQ at the board, I think you'll be able to dial it in very nicely. And it's so tiny. I mean, I've got a big face, but even then it's tiny. It's really good. So and it's voiced for what I kind of like. I like the modern Marshall Friedman kind of stuff. So for what I like, this is probably my favorite little one that I've tried so far. I'm also going to keep the Cali Mark III because I think it sounds good too. It's probably better for clean tones. The clean channel in this is more of like a sort of crunch channel more than anything else. And yeah, I'd encourage you to go check out these little Mooer micro preamps, whether you just want some different tones to play around with your tube rig, or whether you need like a backup to your modeling rig, or whether you want to build an awesome direct mini pedal pedalboard. Do it because they're cheap and they sound great. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, please hit subscribe. I've got loads of other gear reviews and demos and tutorials, and I'll see you guys around very soon.